Hi everyone, this is Mike Levin with Genuine Trading, and we're going to go over this week's recap of what happened in the market and what happened to the positions that we've been following. What an amazing week, particularly for the metals. We saw the gold, the GLD, really rock this week. This is the 30-minute chart, as you can see from Friday of last week. Here we are. Actually, let's get to this week. Here we go. Monday. So as we can see, Monday we had to really pull back a little bit from Friday's gap, went sideways, and then right after the FOMC meeting on Thursday, we ran up again from the 168 area up to 172 and change. The GLD also pulled up the gold miners, which have also been running amazingly well, breaking through many different levels, particularly this little level in here. It's kind of easy to see. Kaboom. And now it's even in a beautiful pennant formation that, for the most part is resolved to the upside. So these babies are really running. Our gem in all this has been Nugget. If you look back just in August, in early August, Nugget was just hanging around 9. Now it's 18. It's already doubled. We were projecting, or I was projecting, this 14 level. I did not cover the calls I'd sold against it, and they ripped higher, and I missed getting an extra 4 points on Nugget. So be careful when you sell options against a position. It's nice to pull in the income. However, it limits your upside. So the metals this week, even if you look at some of the others, titanium metals, that was just 11 and change. Now it's 13 and change. U.S. Steel, that had a nice run from, during the past couple of weeks from 18, round all the way up to 23. We're in it in the 18s, but we've agreed to sell at 21. I could have done a little bit of a better job. I should have bought some of them back, but nonetheless, we still have some nice gains because at least we are in them. Even some of like Cliffs Natural Resources, look at that, from the low 30s up to 45. That's a hell of a run that's had over the past couple of weeks. Same thing you could say for the coal stocks. What was yesterday's, goats are this week's heroes. Walter from 34 and change, run all the way up to 39. BTU, they say that there's rumors that Warren Buffett was buying into it. Well, the stock was down in the low 20s. Once it broke out in here, tested, and then ripped roaring higher. 2 beautiful runs up to 26 from, the 20s. That's 30% gain. Got to be in them to win them. Even Arch Coal had a nice week. ANR we were looking at in the mid 5s, and it cracked down to the low 5s, and a lot of us missed this big run up in here because it ran up, tested, broke, and just kept going. Amazing run this week for the coal names. I've been liking for a while, so they're just coming back into vogue, as it were. What I always like to do is to go from our highest price to the lowest price, but let's pull in our list here. What will happen also is when you get a market that runs, the quality will run first, and what I call the also ran names, they run second. So ours, a lot of them didn't run this week. Arena held still, Dendron held still, OCC, which had fallen off on an earnings warning, pulled up a little bit. RIM moved up nicely. ROSG, this is one of our newest ones. ROSG, this one, if this is correct, and if it really only has 700,000 shares outstanding, at some point, we get some nice news. I expect this thing to gap and run up into these levels here, just like it went sideways for a while, then popped higher. I'm looking for the same thing there on Rosetta Genomics. SIPI, I am really liking SIPI now that Spectrum Pharmaceuticals has been approved to buy Allos Therapeutics. I expect this very, very tight range to be broken for it to move back to the upside. If we take a look at this over the past, looking at it on the 3-day chart, you can see it's had some nice runs in the past, and it's pulled back. Is this going to roll over and die? I really don't think so, because this is a company that now has 2 main oncology drugs, Zevalin and Fusilib. Now they're adding some other drugs from Allos. They're going to get rid of the operations from Allos, and their drugs are going to fall right to the bottom line. So this is how you grow a nice little drug company. And this is what I think they're doing. Although their management hasn't been known for being the best, they are now also themselves not, I won't call them in play, but they're vulnerable to someone coming in and offering like in the high teens to 20 to take them out. But if not, if they start executing on the game plan, this could be, you know, like another Jazz Pharma. You know, look what Jazz did over the course of the years. You know, this is like a little company that all of a sudden grew into a big company because they had a chance to, you know, roll out a couple drugs and really start getting sales underneath their belt. So I think Sippy is going to become something like Jazz in that regard. So, as Walken would say, Chris Walken come in, so what else you got? Well, we got Travel Zoo, and I think now that Europe is kind of taking care of itself, I look at this chart. I mean, you don't even have to look at the 3-day, just look at the daily. You know, I think this thing is really ready to rock and roll big time. I think we get naturally into the high 20s, low 30s here. Our net cost is 21 and change. Travel Zoo put themselves not up for sale, but right in this area where we had this nice gap up. Whoops. This is when they said that they were looking to increase shareholder value, and we'll see if they do indeed do that. But Travel Zoo has been a really good one. And Walter Energy is starting to come back. That had fallen from such a high level that unfortunately I started trying to pick a bottom on it. And our net cost is in the very, very low 40s, but we're getting back up there again. And believe me, this thing can rip right up and come from 30. I literally think you could see this thing come up 50, 60% to the 45, 50 level easily. Also, we had added Sohu to the list. Love Sohu. I even added some Sohu options, which are up like almost 70%. We bought them when they were one bid, 115 on the offer. I hit the offer at 115. Right now they're 195 to 215. These are October 45s. I think at least on the VWAP, on the 200-day VWAP, we get up to this 49 to 50 level. I really see that happening. And, you know, just going the rest of what we got, we've got the LCC and the MCP. We've got covered calls there. LCC, it's going to come down to the wire. I don't like its recent action, how it's fallen off with the market running up. I still think it goes out at around 11, and Nugget has just been screaming. What an amazing buy that we were liking this down at 8, 9, begging people that we were actually only looking for a run up to this 14 level. So this added extra bonus of 4 points for those who still held. Wow, really getting paid in, I would say in spades, but no, in gold coins. So other than that, you know, this market with Apple, oh, we have to cover Apple. I put on that short on Apple right up in here at 674, right, roughly 674 and a quarter. We have roughly a 14-point gain, and I cover for 14-point loss. It's a shame because I really didn't want to cover. I really want to hold this, but, you know, I was kind of pressured by a lot of people that said, well, you know, you can't hold it 30 points against you and then let it fall 50 points and have that as a trade. So took a 2% loss in Apple, although I do feel that at the time I was right that Apple was a little bit weak, but this turnaround in here I probably should have covered and flattened the trade. I'm not going to try and pick a top on Apple. It is a very good company. They have great products, and it is relatively cheap. And that's all I'll say there for Apple. Love how Goldman Sachs was actually so bullish during the course of the past couple of weeks, tipping you off that this market was going higher. You had the same thing with Morgan Stanley, and I said to everyone on Bank of America, although I didn't officially put out a buy, very similar to what Bank of America did right in here with the shallow pullback. It was going to pop. We got that same pop again. I was right. I said it was going to go up to the same area, and I didn't do it, and the options went phenomenal. So took a couple days longer than this 4-day pop that I called in here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So, wow, I should have been all over that one again. I had that nailed. So I wish I could take credit for it, but I did sense it, didn't pull the trigger. This is what we got to do more. We got to be not afraid of pulling the trigger. And that's what happens sometimes when markets whip you back and forth. It gets you a little bit, you know, hesitant to pull the trigger on the trade because you don't want to get stopped out. That's why very often I don't really like to use stops too bad or too much, because, you know, this is what it keeps me out of. So, I I'm doing some work with the Affinity Trading Group, the Affinity Trading Institute, Legend Trading up in New York. Going to be doing a lot of recruiting for them, recruiting traders because they have a way for you to become a professional trader on some of their events, their trading events. They'll train you how to be a professional trader. It does cost $5,000, but that's the price of admission. If you're going to look to make yourself, $500 to $1,000 a day, again, can't guarantee it, but when you get good and you know what you're doing and you get some good training, come on, that's what you got to be making in order to be a professional trader. They even train you how to take the professional Series 56 license in order to qualify as being a trader, but so many other training courses. These guys really know their stuff. Mike DeGioia, was really, he's a legend in the industry when it comes to training and development of traders. And don't forget also, Genuine Trading, it's my website. We keep expanding it every week. In fact, we added a bunch of resources. Ninja Trader, I'm now going to be one of their preferred vendors. So take a look at Ninja Trader and Kinetic, which is their feed for that. A lot more articles. The trading tools, some of the best trading systems out there for discretionary traders. That means for those of you who like to have a system that gives you a little red light, green light on the side. Mohan, I know this guy. He's one of the tops out there. The Boomerang Trader system. This is too cheap. This system's only $1,195, honestly, and I'm telling you this right up front. I want to be selling this for $4,495 or $4,995. We're going to bundle this around a virtual machine kind of system that's going to have a computer within a computer and a bunch of other indicators. And well, for those who are members of the site, you'll probably get it for almost like half price. But I'm helping some other people bundle something together. You got to check this guy's stuff out for $1,195. This is pennies. This is chump change. Definitely get this system. It's way too cheap. Honestly, I put my reputation on the line there. Also, there's a gentleman, Doc Severson. This guy's the best when it comes to options. He runs rings and circles around me. He developed an options mentoring and trading program that's second to none. It's $2,495. It's literally a 6-week program, videos, modules, PDF files. When you come out of this, you know how to trade options. I'm even doing a refresher on it, and I got myself a little bit of a discount, I have to tell you, but I even paid for this system. This program. All I can say is if you want to know how to do iron condors and spreads correctly and straddles correctly and butterflies correctly, how to leg into and leg out of trades, how to use leverage, how to sell straddles, why you do it. I mean, I even did a 30-minute interview. Forget the interview. Just click on some of this info here, and it's going to go right to his page. It's only going to be open enrollment for next week. And then he's shutting it down because he's got too many people to interact with. There you go. You've got his video there. So you'll hear that in the background. So other than that, go to my website, genuinetrading.com. You'll see a lot of the tools. We've got a lot of the indicators, a lot of the systems. You'll see some of my partners. Every week we add more and more to it. Go to the member section. Click where it says free member benefits and sign up access. Sign up for the Genuine Article newsletter. We're not pushy. We're not salesy. But again, this is genuinely good stuff. I don't put crap up on here. So for those of you who know me, and those who know Chris Walken knows Walken would never sell crap. It's not what he does. So get with the program. Get with Genuine Trading. Chris Walken, Mike Levin, signing out. Have a good one.